Hi, Adam. Hi, Sebastian. Sophia Soda with the Nerds of Color, and I am so beyond excited to speak with the two of you. Your performances in this film were just incredible, and congratulations. I can't wait for everyone else to watch it.
Thank you. Pleasure to
Thank
be
you.
here.
Pleasure to have you here. And these questions are going to be for both of you. So many questions I want to ask. But the first thing I want to ask is what intrigued you most about how the story tackles the idea of identity and one's self-definition? And did it make you see something new in your own identity or how you view yourselves?
Oh, straight in there.
Yeah.
None of this what's your favourite cookie like the last guy. So, I think, well, yeah, I think identity is something that's really personal, isn't it? So everyone's going to look at this through different lenses, and the idea is the grass greener on the other side, is who we are on the inside, who we are on the outside, and how much should one wear their own identity like armor. And it's a real introspective look. And the entire time we're filming, I was sort of like thinking about all these things as well. Because if I'm not willing to sort of like process it and think about it in situ, I have no right to ask an audience to like do the same. And there's a certain amount of catharsis that comes with like all acting. Because it's acting by its very definition is masking pretense and other personas. And yeah, I learned through like kind of portraying Oswald. It was just like, yeah, maybe dial things back now and again. Like it turns out I have mad main character syndrome, like crazy main character syndrome in my real life.
um, yeah, I think the movie does, and really, I want to say Aaron Schimberg's script always did, but then how he's told it, really sort of exposes to me how how we sort of portray things, and how often we don't really know why we see things the way we see, but we project things onto people. We're really we really tie our own identity around what other people think, what other people tell us in terms is okay or not, or what works or not. We we are very much, at least in this country, a winning, winners and losers kind of country, and unfortunately, it really affects how we see things, unfortunately. And I feel the movie really tackles that. And I think if you're paying attention to the experience you're having watching the movie, then you'll come out of it sort of at least more aware of how biased your own point of view is. And I think in terms of learning something about yourself, it really is that something I think we all know, and I've always known, certainly, but need to consistently be reminded that you really don't know what the other person feels. You just don't. They may tell you, and maybe they'll share it with you or whatever, but like we we don't. We're not in the other people's shoes. And then when you are, if you would be, you don't know what's experiencing on the other end, and you should be conscious of that before you're necessarily, jumping to a conclusion.
Yeah, so well said, both of you. And there is this mention that immediately stuck out to me of this role I was born to play. I just wanted to make a question about that quote because I'm sure there's times that both of you have felt that way as actors, maybe reading a script like, oh, I need to play this role. But what was a time in your career when you felt like there was no way at all that you could play a certain role and you ended up being perfect for it?
Ooh, this is really. I fell into acting. I years ago. So, what 2011? I sent an email to like an audition thing as like a joke, and then it all got really serious. And it was for Under the Skin, Jonathan Blaze of Scarlett Johansson. And everything I could have done to not get the job, I did with like flying colours, like sarcastic YouTube video. On the way to the audition, I got hit by a car and like broke my leg. So I auditioned in like a
Wow.
UCL trauma ring range, like leg surgery, and then I had to go to Elstree Studios to meet the lady I'd be working with. And you put some bass in your voice and try and like own the room. I went, "Hi, I'm Adam," and this person came up and went, "Hi, I'm Scarlett," and then I freaked out a little bit and went, "Yes, yes, you are." That was my first impression. And so yeah, I've done a lot of like learning by doing. Like academically, I'm like an economist and business grad. So to be thrust into those kind of situations, I'm always on the edge of a breakdown on any job I'm on.
I mean, that might be a good thing because I'm the same way, to be honest. I feel like being on the edge of a breakdown is sort of the starting point, is healthy because at least your nervous system is opening up to something. It should be, discomfort should be part of, I think, anything creative, because I think it's a good catalyst towards sort of anything that's spontaneous or that you hadn't planned on before and so on. I feel like usually anything that I think I shouldn't do or I'm not like gonna do well, it ends up being the thing that I should try and do, weirdly. Yeah, so it's hard to answer that properly.
No, that's a perfect answer. I never thought I'd be a journalist on camera doing this either, and I just had to throw myself in. So
Jump
I
in the
totally
water.
Yeah,
get that.
join
Exactly.
us.
And there is this beautiful passing of the torch from non-disabled actors portraying characters with disabilities to actors with disabilities playing the characters who they want to play and deserve to be able to play, which I hope starts many conversation, was handled beautifully. Were there any discussions between the two of you regarding that topic and how you wanted to present it through your characters' interactions?
We got on Zoom like really early on in this sort of like creative process to be like, okay, here are both of our experiences. Here's kind of and really candidly in like a no holds barred kind of way. And I have this philosophy, and it's my philosophy. I'm not creating a monolith or talking to a community here. I was like, the two easiest ways to lose your anonymity in a society are to either have a disfigurement or become famous. And so whilst Sebastian might not understand the level of invasiveness I face with things like, pointing, staring, camera phones, like social media's got an opinion on everything in 2024. Whilst you might not get that, you do understand another type of like invasive behaviour because of your kind of cachet, if you will. So take that kind of lived experience and real world experience and lean into that. And then when you don't think you can lean into it anymore, lean into it further.
Yeah, we discussed the idea of being public property, right? Which was something my mind didn't totally go to, because obviously my desire was always to just want to I felt the responsibility of wanting to kind of honor this part and honor the what this character was dealing with as best as possible in a way that I could, in an authentic way and so on. And so obviously I was lucky that I had Adam to kind of bounce things off of. But yeah, the public property thing was something you mentioned, and it made a lot of sense. I mean, I think we've all kind of become a version of that, but I think when you sort of get recognized because of your work and stuff, there's a sense of entitlement that comes with people. They just sort of feel that they can say whatever they want. Doesn't matter if it's true. They could just do whatever they want whenever they want, and you should just be okay and roll over and take it because you decided to do this. And yeah, I guess I understood that.
Well, thank you both so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and award-winning performances. Seriously, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Let's
you.
hope. I've
Thank
already
you.
put
Have a
shells
great
up at
rest of your
home.
day.
Oh my God.
Next up will be Benjamin. Lectures, fanboys, professional artists, and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life, comics, movies, and TV. Yeah. culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen, hit play, so check this.